Welcome to Blonde Cards and Crafts. Let's make something together. Hello crafters and welcome to my craft room. Today we are going to take a look at the Papercraft Society box number 32. So let's have a look inside and see what comes in the box. So this box is by Olga and her thing is create some everlasting bubbles with your kit. So our kit comes in a wallet and we have some goodies in some tissue paper. Now I'm going to leave that for a minute and we'll come back to that later. So let's have a look and see what is in the wallet. And the imagery that we have both on the box and on the wallet gives us an idea of what's inside. So it looks like bubbles. And with create some everlasting bubbles with your kit, I would say that's a good guess at what's inside. So in the wallet we get some stamps, some dies, we have an embossing folder, and we have some cardstock as well. So let's take a look first at maybe our dies. So I'm going to grab a little sheet of white cardstock just so we can see it better. So in this we have some dies, and like it says, the theme is all bubbles. So this die looks like it cuts out the bubbles, but it doesn't cut out this edge. So if you were to take a card blank and you were to cut this out like here, all this part would be cut out, but all this part would stay on the card. So this would give a really cool edge to a card. Now we do have some extra dies here. Let's see. Yes, this one goes on here, so it'll cut out an edge around our bubbles. And what else? We have this edge as well. So yes, so some lovely bubbles edges, but this could also be used as a cloud die. You could die cut out the edge of your clouds, and then where it finishes here you just bring this die up here and it'll continue on, and you can cut out the edging and it will do clouds or bubbles. So we also have some little tiny circle bubbles here. We have another edger here. This piece looks like, let me just see if I can get it up. This piece looks like it just cuts out all the little circles. So again, you could put this on your cardstock and you could have it die cut out all these little bubbles all around. Now this would be really good for underwater as well. Don't forget that. What else? We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circle dies. Is this? Yeah. Oh no, it cuts out rings. So each die will cut out an opening, and it'll also cut out like a tiny frame or a bubble. So we have 3 dies here. 3 little dies. There we go. And it gives you rings or little frames. So that's really clever. I love that. We have a little duck. We have some more bubbles here. We have enjoy, cheers, relax. And this cute little girl, oh, she's gone flying. And she's blowing bubbles. So you could take this little die here and you can have her blowing bubbles on your card. Lovely. Now what I like to do when I get my dies like this, I take a sheet of a black magnetic sheet. I will transfer all my dies onto my magnetic sheet, and then I won't be dealing with this double-sided sticky tape that they're held on with. But that's perfect. Let's have a look now at our stamps, and I'm going to put them side by side. So I don't know if any of these die cut out any of the bubbles here, but we have a lovely bath, a little duck, have a bubbly day. We have a little like fancy little table. You can put your champagne bottle in ice on top of that. We have some little dandelion seeds. We have a cork. We have lovely bubbly. Leave your troubles in the bubbles. We have I'm blown away by your kindness. I love that sentiment. Isn't that fab? We have it's your birthday. We have a champagne bottle, a beer bottle with some bubblies, fizz in there. We have a fizz glass of champagne and a beer glass. I know that normally you'd have a pint or half pint glass, but this shape now seems to be a really cool shape to have. And we have some dandelions here as well. So you could, I'm blown away by your kindness. You could have this and your little dandelions going off of it. So this is lovely, and this will work in concert with lots of other things you'll have in your stash. So I love that. Some great stamps and great dies. So we'll put them back in the wallet now, and we'll have a look and see what else comes in here. So we have a embossing folder here, and it's got all the bubbles on that. Fabulous. Our embossing folder, I think it's an A6, so we'll just measure. It is 4 1/8 by 5 3/4. So a nice size little embossing folder. I have to say I prefer the bigger embossing folders, but this is lovely, and it can be used. You can put your piece of cardstock in there and you can put it through your machine to emboss it, and then you can just move it along and emboss again. So you can get a bigger panel if you want to, using the smaller embossing folders. So let's have a look at some of the pattern papers. So we get some lovely toppers. We have a happy birthday to my partner in wine, a happy birthday cork, cheers and beers, aged to perfection, happy birthday, a toast to you, happy birthday, brewed to perfection, premium quality vintaged, aged to perfection, extra quality pale ale, and a toast to you, happy birthday. You're not old, you're vintage. Very good. And celebrate. So that's lovely. Then we also get some more of these, and they look like labels on a bottle, or, you know, very cool. Very cool for masculine makes, I think, as is this pattern paper with Pilsner and beer and all those kind of things on there. We have a lovely, oh, this is really pretty, wine and vineyards and wine leaves. That's lovely. And then we have our bubbles. This is the same as our wallet. We also have these bubbles, like beer bubbles and bath bubbles and more bubbles. So a great selection of papers there. Okay, so that's everything that comes in the wallet. Let's have a look and see what comes in our tissue paper. So I'll lift this here. And sometimes the tissue paper comes with a Papercraft Society sticker on it. They don't seem to be doing that anymore, which I prefer. It means I'm not ripping the tissue paper. So now I can use that. You can use it in your 3D makes, but I like to use it for wrapping when I'm giving gifts. Sometimes I'll give a couple of cards and envelopes to friend or family member, and what I'll do is I'll put the cards into the tissue paper, wrap them up, put a bow on it, and I give that as a gift. So rather than having a box or a notelet holder for them, you can use your tissue paper to do that. So we'll put that back in the box. So we have a few things here. we have some Papercraft Society accent glaze. Now, this is brilliant. I have got the Ranger Glossy Accents, which this basically is. And I love using glossy accents, but I don't know if you can see there, my bottle is, let's see, there's about, I hold it up to the light, there's about that much left in the bottle. So I went and ordered this. It's the Made to Surprise accent glaze, which I got last week. And now I have the Papercraft Society. This is something I use a lot. When I use sequins, I like to fill my sequins with glossy accents. And I like to use it to embellish, you know, flowers and underwater and all kinds of things. So I'm chuffed that I have a bottle of this. So it'll be great to see, you know, how well this is compared to the Made to Surprise and the Ranger one. But I love this. I'll have to make a little pin jewelry for it. I'll have to do it with some blue. Anyway, that's what we get in here. So I'm delighted with our accent glaze. We have our book, and this is the beautiful Olga. And she is so creative and clever. So we get our books, and inside it tells you what comes in the box, and then there is lots and lots of inspiration. Really lots, and lots about Olga as well. So I'm not going to go through all the book because I love to sit down with my little booklet and go through it. So I don't want to ruin the surprise for all of you out there. We also have a little envelope with something in it. So let's cut this. Our tape. And I'm going to open this very carefully till we see what's in here. Oh, look! These are little glass bubbles. I hope you can see them in my hand. These are fabulous for doing your underwater theme. If you want to embellish a card, I use accent glaze like a Nuvo drop. So it gives a clear drop like this on the card, but aren't these cool? They would be very handy for doing that as well. But these are really lovely. I love these. And we did get some of these in a previous kit. I believe it was a Made to Surprise Under the Sea kit that we got these in as well. So I love that. Great idea. And then we have some coordinating cardstock. And I do like to try and take this off without tearing it. I will open it along here, and then sometimes I will use the lovely polka dot paper to make an oval shape or something to embellish a card. So don't get rid of that, you can reuse that. And inside we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8 sheets of cardstock. And this is a nice heavyweight cardstock. It's a white core cardstock, so you can use this with your embossing folders. And if you give a rub over it with an emery board or a nail file, I have one in my craft room, one of these nail files, and I just use it on my Papercraft. And it's really handy because it has a rough side on one and a lighter side on the other, and I find you can give a rub over that, and it's great when you have an unfinished edge. Some of my trimmers, they give like a furry edged cut, so you can run along it with your emery board and give a nice finish to it. So it's always handy to have a good emery board in your little stash. So I love the colors that we get in here, and a great selection. The size of these measures, let's see, so it's 5 3/4 by 8 1/4 long. So that's the size of those. So that's everything we've got in our stash now with the Papercraft Society box. I love this. We will have so much fun. So I don't know if there's any available. I'll leave links down below to the kits for the subscription, etc. in the description below. So make sure you have a look and check out the links down below. They're not affiliate links, they're just links to Craftstash, so you can go and have a look. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video where we'll make some cards using inspiration from the book and maybe something that has inspired me from elsewhere. So until next time, folks, thanks for watching and bye for now. Bye.